Hello. I'm driving in my car and I had this feeling to make a video at the same time. There's so many things I want to say, but I feel such great restraint at the same time to not say too much, to be wary, to be careful, to be reserved, to feel compromised, and to express that by saying that I might feel compromised, but I'm not sure if I should say much more. And just to assume that everyone out here feels the same way. The compromise of knowing that you're trying to film a video when really you're driving your car and you're following a big garbage truck with a big yellow caution label stuck to the back. And that you should be watching carefully everything that you're doing. Looking both ways and pulling out carefully. Imagining the audience of this video in my mind and how they perceive and how they're able to partake of it later when I upload it to YouTube, or maybe only privately to a group on Telegram, or who knows where this will be. And of course I'm vain, so it's like, what do I look like? Do I look okay when I'm looking down the road? I know I adjusted the filters so I look okay when I'm staring at the camera, but if I do that too much, I might run into this orange Subaru who's pulling out next to the Foundry Vineyards. And it affords me the opportunity right now to complain about people's driving, that they pull all the way up close to where they're going to stop, where they're supposed to stop, where they're creeping, fucking with their foot, covering barely the anti-lock brake pedal in the floorboard of their car, and they almost stop, and then they fucking California stop, but they pull out right in front of you. Or they stop all the way back from the stop sign or the signal light, and then they creep, and they nudge, and they let their foot off the brake. They pull out like they're going to come out of the parking lot to pull out into the street, and they sit right on the edge where you can't tell. They don't look up. They don't look up and see, and they don't give you that like eye contact. I see your face, you see my face. They don't acknowledge. So you're wondering, is this person going to try to kill me right now? Are they going to accidentally pull their stupid Subaru out right in front of me? I'm going to have to lock up my brakes, swerve, hopefully not swerve into oncoming traffic, or, be super decisive and swerve towards them. Because it's such a tight situation. It's a pet peeve of mine. People's driving. Not that I'm the perfect driver. I'm not. I try to do a good job. When I was young, I was more rambunctious and crazy. I would drive fast, take risks. Now that I'm older, I pretty much drive like a little old lady. But anyways, got projects coming up still, and it seems like I'm in a perpetual state of delay and apology and explanation to whatever I might call my audience. You people that I love, who I appreciate you for following me around and for sending me lots of little private messages on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on the Telegram, even on the Facebook. You say, "Psst, hey, SB, what's up? Thanks, man. Oh, did you do this? Did you know about that? Have you read this link? Have you seen this video? Whoa, check this out. You won't believe it. Hope you like it. Let me know what you think." I appreciate that more than words can express. It makes me feel tethered in and tied in and connected to the world in a way that I would not otherwise. And of course the world has become Covidian strangeness, so if you've never Googled the words Covidian aesthetic and found the wonderful work of Monica Belvin, I highly recommend it. She's a writer so profound you might need to get your dictionary and your encyclopedia out and put them up on top of your desk, or open them as tabs on your computer or on your phone to really wrap your head around what she's trying to say. But also The Bride Striped, she also writes there. Two places that she's been writing. It's not like I religiously study her stuff, but I find myself wandering. I've got one project that started because of a synchronicity. I took a risk and flippantly posted an expensive art book into a wish list, and someone went and bought the fucking thing. And now I have it. It's in a box. I haven't even opened it yet because I'm terrified. I'm scared of it. It's like I have this ominous sinking, like a screw jack turning down into the pit of my gut feeling. And I know that'll pass and lift, and there'll come a time when it's right. But so far, it's just like, oh man. I got so much bullshit going on, as many of you know, and I'm not really going to say much more than that, other than that, it's a blessing to be attacked with bullshit, and it's hard to look at it that way. Most people don't look at it that way. You know, if you can minimize your feeling like a victim and maximize your willingness to take responsibility for your thoughts and actions and to move forward as soon as possible. And that doesn't mean to ignore and to fail to grieve or acknowledge if things are bad. And you should, you know, technically you should do both at the same time, in my opinion. You can notice that shit's gone completely sideways. Notice if it's still going sideways or not. And if it's not, then you can start the process of healing and taking full responsibility for whatever your part might be. Especially, we see it nowadays in the world. It's very popular to be a victim. It's very in vogue to pedestalize the victims. And most of the victims are just alleging their own victimhood and ignoring real victims, you know. So I find that pretty annoying. I find it to be a parallel of reality. As many of you know, I have an obsession with seeking out parallels because this is a strategy that they use to keep plain truth out of the middle of your viewfinder. They'll make an almost identical quote unquote, now they call it truth. You know, you have your whole selection. There's a whole section in the grocery store now for truth, and of course the real truth isn't there, but you have all of the truthiness of truth on display and available, some at a discount, some at a premium. But yeah, I digress. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Matthew Barney. That's where we're heading with all this. That's the project that's on the table. It's calling to me. I was reading the works of Monica Belvan, kind of half asleep, and Googling words I didn't know or concept or references I don't understand, which I highly recommend. You're supposed to do that, you know. Like if you're reading or you're watching something, especially if it's not live and you can pause, or you can even pause the live stream. You can pause it and stop. Give yourself permission to show restraint about what you're trying to view or understand. And look up the words that you don't understand. Look up the references and the concepts that you don't understand. Allow them to ruminate. Sometimes when I'm listening to an audiobook, especially if, like, I've been listening to Miles Davis biography, and I recently listened to an excellent Jimi Hendrix biography. And so, you know, if they mention songs that are important to the work, it's okay to stop and go find the song. Personally, I use Amazon Music because it's cheap and it seems okay. It's not beautiful and terrific, but it's not shitty. There's no ads. I can't have ads in my life. I really can't. Whatever ads find their way to me is the maximum. I hate advertising in all forms, and I have for a very long time. It's deeply offensive to the marrow inside of my bones. So I'm willing to pay premium to avoid them, and, you know, pop on a Jimi Hendrix song I've never heard of, or when the author is talking about Jimi Hendrix, certain things he was influenced by, songs that he learned when he was young, when he was quote unquote learning to make his guitar sing and talk. And so you go pop those on and you listen to them, you know, or somebody says some strange word, and in context you get it, you probably get it. It's the context of the paragraph and the other words around it. It makes sense. You can probably kind of figure out what the word means, but that's not the same as looking it up. I mean, of course, you know how Chance Garten types are. Like, it's better than just looking it up to, like, look it up with Google, look it up with a hard copy dictionary on your desk, look it up with an ancient dictionary or other text. You know, do the etymology real quick. Find out what the word means in the old, secret, archaic meaning. Well, I was doing this with Monica Belvan's blog. I don't remember which post. And it allowed me to digress to this fiction novel. They call it transgressive fiction. And I started to read the beginning of this book also. And the introduction is by the strange postmodernist philosopher Foucault, who, of course, has quite the reputation with the Arcs Only Picture Show crowd. One time we accidentally discovered that saying the sentence, Foucault is a huge postmodernist child sex advocate, caused the AI to censor our live stream chat, and it derailed the whole stream because someone posted that in the chat, and it edited it live. Like, so they must have had the AI set up to notice if anything like that was being typed. And so then, of course, it became a meme. So Foucault was in the introduction to this Baphomet. The Baphomet is a novel, and I don't remember the Klasowski or something like that is the author's name. And, you know, of course, if I see the word Baphomet, it makes me think of my work with Jim and Tracy on the picture show. And so I'm reading the introduction, and Foucault's focused on the myth of Actaeon and Diana, where Actaeon's a hunter, and Diana, he catches Diana taking a bath, and because she's a virgin goddess, she splashes him with water, and that transforms him into a stag, and he runs out and gets killed by his own hunting party. And so I thought, huh, that's weird. And then, you know, I got distracted and I didn't complete my task at all, and I just let it go and got, you know, probably finished my coffee and got up and went and did whatever needed to be done for the day. And then within the next few days, somehow I landed back looking at the works of Matthew Barney, which I'm also aware of because of Tracy and Jim and I on Picture Show, where we were talking about these phenomenally huge and crazy cinematic / sculpture pieces, like the Cremaster Cycle is a strange movie. There's probably a series of 5 or 6 movies. And then River of Fundament is another similar work by this reasonably well-known artist, Matthew Barney. And so in my searchings, I landed on his most recent work, which is called Redoubt, where he's out in Idaho being a hunter, and he's working for the government as a forest ranger, and he's making art at the same time, plein air, which means out in the air. You know, he's etching copper plates, and he stumbles onto the goddess Diana. So it's his theme is once again this myth, Diana and Actaeon. And so for me, for that to happen twice in less than 5 days or whatever, you know, like I'm getting it from the weird Foucault introduction to the Baphomet novel, and then I'm getting it again coming to me randomly through my own digressing searching, because I've always had a kind of a strange disdain and a fascination. I'm trying to allow myself to fall in love with Matthew Barney, even if I don't get his art, and even if I don't agree with, or if I don't vibe with something, it's okay to still enjoy it, you know, to learn how to enjoy it, to learn to love what you hate or what you don't like. You know, I've got it written on my dry erase board to see Christ in Crowley, which I'm sure that's I mean, you know, I'm also an artist. I'm also struggling to bring forth whatever it is that I'm supposed to do in this world, other than suffer and laugh and work and be redundant in the daily tasks. You know, that there's more to it that I want to bring. That's why I keep making these little videos, and part of me feels bad. Oh my goodness, hope that guy's all right. Oh geez, there's a really bad motorcycle accident. I didn't see any blood or any bodies, but there was a badly smashed up bike laying on its side with the sheriff. And just say a little prayer, good Lord, look after these people, whatever happened there, send your angels and protect them. But anyways, where were we? Oh yes, the myth of Actaeon, coming to me twice in just a few days. I see that as like a gut level synchronicity. Like I could tell, like, oh, there's something here, something to do with this Matthew Barney stuff. And so I submitted this. I found a book of a Cremaster Cycle, I think, on eBay for $150 or more. And so I posted it in the wish list on our secret Telegram channel. Just is the total impulsive, like hardy horror, slap of the knee. Wouldn't it be funny to have this expensive coffee table style art book that expounds on the works of Matthew Barney and all of the, I mean, these are like 7 and 8 and 9 year long projects sometimes that this man makes. It like make 5 or 6 3 or 4 hour movies full of all of this richly imbued, deeply symbolic art. And I mean, people who are fans of the type of stuff that we do, you know, what I would call conspiratorial, comparative, mythological, occult, esoteric searchings, you know, we see a lot more into it than even the art hags. Even we probably honestly have more insight into what artists like Matthew Barney are presenting than a lot of the people reviewing or viewing or seeing it, because we've dug into the bottom of the rabbit hole and found the slate floor and smashed through it with a pickaxe and found that there is an iron door underneath it, and we've pried the iron door open or even sawed at it or had to cut at it with a welding torch, and we've lowered ourselves down spelunkering into the hole in the ground to find things that almost no one's supposed to see. And the reason is because we're curious. We're curious and we want to know the truth. We'd like to take the most far out reference and add it to the repertoire of whatever else we're looking at and see if maybe that's what makes it click. That's the piece. Oh, insight. Wow. Oh, I get it. And so, yeah, I have an intention, since some crazy person was willing to crowdfund people to help me buy this book. Now it's sitting on my desk where I work, waiting to be opened. I was going to make a video of the unboxing. I got another unboxing sitting on a different desk in a different room for a different time that I'm not even going to tell you about. I will say it has to do with Jimi Hendrix. Anyways, I can see the location where I'm about to arrive. I'll be busy the rest of the day. But I guess that's your little square video. That's your Sean thought about pushing the button for the filters and stuff. Here's someone's coming out. I'm going in. It's my sister. She was wondering, why is this person pulling over to the side of the road? What the hell are they doing? Oh, hi, Sean. I love my sister. She's amazing. But anyways, here I go. Talk to you later. Okay, bye.